over
Good.
spiritualized relationships and dating as a Christian?
Oh,
Yeah.
what
are you thinking?
everything that you were just saying just now is so on point. I'll share with you how I did it because I was in my relationships. I didn't have a lot of boyfriends. I had long-term relationships before my husband. But I always, whenever we would, okay, I'll go like this. I was in relationships, they weren't working. I did it that way. I would end up living together with them. We would commit, but we weren't committing like to marriage, right? And then I got to a point, I was with this great guy who was childhood friends of ours, wonderful guy. Had I just committed, like what you just said, if I had just pick him and I just commit, I would have had a good life. I would have had a, like I call it a vanilla life, right?
Mm.
I wanted a ice cream sundae with whipped cream and cherry on top and sprinkles kind of life, with the husband, right? And so I was with this wonderful guy and the next phase was marriage and living happily ever after, but he wouldn't go to church with me.
Wow.
And I said a simple little small prayer. It was a Saturday night and I rolled over and I asked him, I said, I want to go to church tomorrow. You want to go with me? And he said, no, I'm good. You go to church, and we'll meet up later. And so I said this little small prayer under my breath. I said, Lord, if he is not my husband, will you make it clear? Will you make it clear? And so a week later, we actually had an appointment with Scott to come over, and he had a cellular phone company, and we had an appointment with him to buy cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over to the house, and I went to, so how my house was set up. The front door is here. My living room's over here. My boyfriend is sitting in the living room waiting, and I go to open the front door. I reached with this hand, and I went to open it. And as soon as I opened it, there was a really bright light behind Scotty standing in the door. And I went like this and went to squint my eyes. And as I turned my head, in my ear, an audible voice, a man's voice in my right ear said, "That's your husband." And I was like, the look on my face, I was shocked. I jumped.
I was like, are you okay?
He goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh yeah, come on in, come sit down." And he is sitting across from my boyfriend and I. Scott is sitting across from us, and I'm sitting there the entire time. I'm going, "Oh hell, this is not my boyfriend." Or I'm sorry, my husband.